Hello, YouTube land, my fellow content creators. I just wanted to stop in a little bit and speak on some things that crossed my desk today. One of the things being Monique and Steve Harvey. Now, I apologize. I was not able to get my research done before I went live. I am really exhausted. However, I got the gist of it. And Monique was at Steve's show, and I'm guessing that this all transpired behind the scenes. And Steve mentioned that he felt like Monique should apologize to Oprah and Tyler for her big blow up over the Precious movie and how things were handled. Just to give you a recap, her and Lee Daniels fell out because she did not want to promote Precious for various reasons that we won't go deep into. But, promotion is generally negotiated in your contract. So, they pay you to fly across, state to state, across the country to promote, expenses, makeup, hair, etc. Somehow this was not negotiated, so she didn't want to promote. It caused a big problem, and she felt like she was underpaid, that they owed her more money. She attempted to rectify the situation quietly. However, some individual proceeded to get on Twitter and reveal some of the behind the scenes things that happened that forced Monique to come forward to clear her name. And then it just turned into a public, nasty public battle. Everyone knows if you bring your troubles, your trials and tribulations, your disagreements, your misunderstandings, your private, personal, and intimate drama, if you bring it to the public, everyone has an opinion. Let's just get that clear. Any and everything that we see publicly, we judge people, we have an opinion, we speak on it, we talk on it, we blog on it, and the media takes it, twists it up, and reports it, and just hypes everything up. So, she went off, on Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Oprah. It was just a lot of mess going on, and it became very public. So anyway, Steve made a comment that he felt like, she owed Oprah and Tyler an apology. And it's alleged that she responded to him she should slap his face. It is alleged that Steve, being the classy gentleman that he is, he responded by saying, and if you do, your husband better square up. Now, if you guys don't know what that means, square up means put your fists up, get ready to fight. Again, being the gentleman that he is, it's easy to tell that he would not hit a woman. But he is saying if she slaps him, he's going to hit somebody, so her husband might as well step on up to the plate. Now, Steve and Monique both are comedians. They've been in the game a very long time. And, I love Monique. It's just sometimes she goes overboard. But I think she could have found a better way to clap back without implying a threat. Now, her comedic humor, she could have easily, said that as comedic humor. And I absolutely, agree that his response was absolutely classic. But it was such a sensitive topic that it's hard to tell if it was humor or if it was a form of verbal and open reality. Do I think she went overboard with it? Absolutely. Do I think she went overboard with the Netflix situation? Absolutely. I'm a little disappointed in her, however, because everything that becomes public about her private life and her issues and contracts and negotiations it seems that her manager plays a very important part in that, as they should. However, her manager is her husband, Sydney. Now, Sydney is intelligent, he's handsome, he's well spoken, um, but it is my opinion that he drags things out almost as if to be condescending. And let me explain what I'm saying. When he's having a conversation, sometime, well, a conversation, a debate, a negotiation, a roundtable meeting, sometimes he goes 3 miles down the street, down 2 blocks, up 6 flights of stairs, down the elevator, and back round the corner to get his point across instead of just going straight for the gut. Now, Sydney has been blamed by the public for a lot of Monique's mishaps, but she loves him. She loves him very much. Um, she loves him so much that they have an open relationship. Now, she's spoken on this on several different issues, several platforms, and they just have an understanding. Now, for me, a woman her age, and the amount of time that she's been with him, and I think she might even have kids by him, I find it very unusual that she would agree to an open relationship. Monique comes off to me as an OG who definitely wouldn't be playing that shit. You love me and want me and me only, or you can go. Monique has worked very hard, has lost a lot of the weight. She's been, being very healthy, and I commend her for that. Very dedicated with that. But somehow it keeps playing in my mind that Sydney may have been her downfall. I say that because when Monique did Precious and they won those awards, I was under the impression that movie was going to make her bigger than what she was. That was her stepping stone. That movie was going, and those awards were going to level her up, elevate her, catapult her into the next level of her career. But that didn't happen. And it's scary to say that, personally, I feel like it may have been Sydney's fault. Now, he can't take all the blame for it because, Monique is her own woman and she's going to speak out and say what she wants to say. She's going to get her word across by any means necessary. You can't stop her. And I just feel like she should have actually elevated. Now, after the whole Lee Daniels thing and the big fallout, she got an offer from Netflix where they lowballed her really badly. However, they proceeded to give other people, whether they were deserving or not, much more of a contractual, financial contract. She was upset about that. They took the necessary steps behind the scene, conference calls, emails, meetings, to try to get it under wraps. At any rate, she didn't like it, and she proceeded to do a social media post where she asked the world to boycott Netflix on her behalf. Now, that's a very bold and brazen move to do. is to ask the world to do something like that. Netflix is a very big company. I don't know how much longer they're going to be around because they're going up on their prices. But at the time, a lot of people loved Netflix. And I felt like, she could have shopped her show to cable, like Eddie Griffin, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx. Shop it to the cable networks, HBO, Cinemax, Stars, you know. And it's very well possible that she did, and nothing became of it. And again, I apologize. I wasn't able to do my homework before I came online. But when Netflix gave her that offer, while it was a lowballed offer with a lot of fine print, if you will, excuse me, she felt some kind of way in comparison to her fellow Netflix colleagues. Um, and I mean, being a businesswoman, you're going to go through those things. So you ultimately have to decide, which fight do you want to pick. She had already been saying that she had been blackballed from Hollywood because of Lee Daniels. So, me not being a businesswoman, I'm looking at it like, you know what? If you got something, somebody wants you, low or not, take the job, make the money, you know? But she felt like it was not worth it. She could do better without it. And God bless her. But every time she does an interview, a talk show, or is a guest on someone else's platform, of course that situation comes up because it's a hot topic. But she doesn't seem to appreciate or read anything into the co-host's statements, feelings, or expressions. And I almost kind of see them as expressions of love. And let me tell you why. There are people out there that could want her, want to work with her, want to propel her forward. It could be people out there willing to spend a good coin to support her and back her. They could very well just be waiting on her to be woman enough to go to Oprah and Tyler for all the stuff she did to them and apologize. And it could very well be as easy as 1, 2, 3, and boom, she's back in business, making lots of coins, having lots of exposure, and possibly even having the door open for many more opportunities in acting. Sometimes we let our pride get the best of us, and we don't see the bigger picture. Sometimes in business, we've seen so many things, good and bad, to where we have to make very stressful choices based on past experience. Like I said, at her particular age, I would be thinking she'd be trying to find a way to make sure her residual coins are in order. And they very well may be. I'm not in her business. And again, I haven't done the homework on it. But, I wish her luck. I wish her well. I wish she could be happy being single. But, some people just don't want to be alone. And she may very well be one of them. I can't help but wonder if Sydney was not her manager, if Sydney was no longer her husband, if Sydney was no longer in the picture, could she advance? One could only hope. One could only wish. One could only pray. My prayers are with Monique always. I love her. God bless her. And we'll talk to you soon.